is a feeling that the clock is ticking. A decision will have to be made. A decision that will stick forever. You hear it wherever you go. Women all over are singing their own version of the September song. Anyways. What? Don't let anyone tell you your biological clock is ticking. It's made up.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and we are going to go ahead and just jump right into it today. If you would like the video before we get started, and I am still on the road to 1,000 subscribers. If you are not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It would really help me out. And hey, how you doing? My name's Rat Boy. Let's get into it.
You know, Terry, this song is awfully difficult to dance to. Let's get them to play something else. Fellas, could you play something different?
I just found out where the phrase, your biological clock is ticking, comes from. And boy oh boy. In 1978, an article was published in the Washington Post by this man. This article is wild. I'm just going to read it to you.
Spoiler alert, it's not that wild.
Composite woman, actually several women at different times, is coming to lunch. There she is, entering the restaurant. She's the pretty one. Dark hair, medium height, nicely dressed. Now she is taking off her coat. Nice figure. She sits and begins with a status report. The job is just wonderful. She is feeling just wonderful. It is wonderful being her age, which is something between 27 and 35. And the fact of the matter, in case you should wonder, is that there is a new man in her life, and, like everything else, he is truly wonderful. Then she looks down. Is there something wrong? Composite woman says nothing. I ask again. Again, she says nothing. Finally, you can talk to me, bit. Off the record? Absolutely. I want to have a baby. Sometimes the composite woman is married, and sometimes she is not. Sometimes, horribly, there is no man in the horizon. This is a real article in the Washington Post. What there is always, though, is a feeling that the clock is ticking. A decision will have to be made. A decision that will stick forever. You hear it wherever you go. Women all over are singing their own version of the September song. Anyways. What? Don't let anyone tell you your biological clock is ticking. It's made up.
This is something else.
So this was a very interesting video, mainly because it was really dumb. But also at the very end there, she said that the biological clock is made up. I honestly don't care either way. But then I started to dig a little bit deeper, and there is a whole community on TikTok of women who just refuse to believe in the biological clock. They are actually under the assumption, I'm guessing it's an assumption, I don't know. A lot of the comments will lead you to believe that these women have seen these miraculous natural births from women that are 45, 50, 55 years old. They're naturally having kids, sometimes twins, triplets, with no help from modern medicine or in vitro or anything like that. These women are just spitting out babies, and they are in their 50s. And there's a whole community of women who just do not believe in the biological clock. Now, I was always under the assumption that, as in the video states, between 27 and 35, depending on the woman, you start to slow down, your eggs start to become a lot less healthy, and eventually you do run out of being able to bear children, obviously. And this is just common knowledge, it always seems like, and I was always under the assumption that it was just common knowledge. Everybody knew about the biological clock, but you have a large group of women that are denying this, and it kind of shows through in this clip a little bit. But I have one more clip I want to show you, and this next clip is very concerning, if you ask me.
But to convince women that they won't be fertile at 40 and 50.
Exactly. Most of the research and the facts around women's fertility is super biased, it's sexist, it's informed by patriarchy. I made a list. The biological clock, where's the evidence of this actually existing? And what I want to talk is, why don't we ever address that men have a biological clock? From an evolutionary perspective, if a man wants to be around for a long time to protect and to provide for his children, he's not going to wait until he's 50, 60, 70 to have children, because he wants to be around to make sure they survive. So this is frustrating that the rules are different for women than for men, and it's actually not even true, because men's fertility and the healthiness of their sperm, I think it's called motility, how fast it swims, declines with age. Secondly, some women are childless, and then they witness the divorce wave. They witness how terrible a lot of men are as fathers and partners and all the health effects, and they decide not to have children. So they go from being childless to child-free. Those women aren't trying to have babies, so they're not part of this pool of older women who are going to the doctor to try to have babies. So that's a skewed pool of women who maybe weren't fertile in their 20s, but have waited until their 30s to find that out. And lastly, cui bono? Notice that the fertility doctors are encouraging egg freezing, and all this pressure is on women, again, to do the family planning, to spend the $10,000 to freeze the eggs and then have them at the bank every year. Become so skeptical, because obviously if you meet someone when you're 25 to 30 and he's going to be an amazing father and he's really excited and engaged and can provide, then but that's not the reality for most women. And so she's right. If you wait past a certain age and you realize the actual reality, a lot more women are going to opt out of children, which really is radical and revolutionary in the context of the last however many hundreds of years.
Surely this is all for me. Me? I'm so important.
So this clip was interesting to me because what's happening here is regret. These women are getting into their 30s, realizing they didn't freeze the eggs. They didn't spend the 10K, which if you're that passionate about having a kid, just spend the 10K, but whatever. And now they can't have kids. So who's to blame here? These women are not choosing to settle down in their 20s and to find a husband and to have kids. What they're doing is they're waiting until their 30s. They're dating all these different types of men. They're online dating. They're hooking up. They're basically doing the exact opposite of what they should be doing. And then whenever they hit 35, they say, oh, wait, there's no such thing as a biological clock. I don't have to worry about it because I can just pretend it doesn't exist. And then they realize why it's not working for them. She forgot to mention is that the reason why doctors tell women about freezing eggs and tell women that they should possibly think about it is because a lot of women, once they're in their 30s, at a certain time in their 30s, can't get pregnant with the eggs that they produce. They need the eggs when they were younger and healthier. They can't get pregnant on these old dried up eggs. But you know what? You can't tell a woman that because they know everything. This comment section was crazy. It was crazy because every single comment was a woman that said, oh, well, my grandmother didn't start having kids till she was 47. My aunt started having kids when she was 39. And what does that have to do with the individual woman? It's not the same for everyone. So whenever doctors say, hey, look, you might need to think about this, they're already seeing what's happening with your eggs. They're just letting you know. It has nothing to do with bias. It has to do with whether or not you want to be a mother or not. And if you make that decision in your 20s, say, you know what? I don't want to have any kids. I just want to have the bedroom fun. I want to sleep around. I want to hook up. That's all I want to do. And then you get into your 40s and then you decide you do want to have a kid and you try and it's not happening. Well, of course you're going to be child free. That's your choice. But you chose that, even though you would probably want a kid. A lot of these women, they will do one night stands. They will hook up on these dating apps trying to get a kid, honestly, especially women like this. These types of women, they are the types that you need to watch out for because they will be on the carousel till the very last minute and then they will baby trap you. So watch out. And the fact that they feel comfortable enough to get on TikTok and actually deny things that, well, I'm not too surprised. It's whatever, but you're going to deny what doctors have been telling women for over 50 years. You're going to deny that? Yes, you can if you want. And they're claiming that the data is old. It's old data. It's outdated and it needs to be there's no point. Already know, if you go to a doctor, walk up to any sane doctor. This is a good thing you can practice. Walk up to any doctor at the age of 50 and say, "Hey doc, I want to get pregnant. I'm 50, I'm ready." They will look at you like you're insane. It's not gonna happen. But let me know what you guys think. I found it very interesting. That if you want to search for it, I want to say the hashtag is medical bias and something with biological clocks, but there's an entire series about women who are denying the biological clock exists. I just really found that to be something I never thought I would see. But let me know what you guys think. Like the video, comment if you have something to say, and I am still on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so if you're liking these videos, hit that subscribe button. It would really help me out a lot, and I will catch you guys later. Rat Boy out.